What's going on, everyone? So reports came out that the New York Knicks are interested in acquiring Jonas Valanciunas if they decide to move off of Mitchell Robinson. And to me, that might potentially be a good opportunity for the Lakers. Right? So the Lakers need a center, physical, kind of imposing center that can help rebound, right? Be that lob threat, but bang with the big boys. And Mitchell Robinson makes a ton of sense, right? A lot of people want Robert Williams, right? Robert Williams is in that same type of mold as like a Mitchell Robinson, but Mitchell Robinson is a true, he's a 7-footer. Also, 26 years old. So he's a guy that you could have for the next few seasons. Both guys, Robert Williams as well as Mitchell Robinson, are both very injury prone. It's like, can they play more than 40 games a year? And a lot of that is their style of play, right? They're just, these high energy, just physical, imposing presence that they're just banging with the big boys, constantly just getting these little injuries and stuff. Now, the problem is, Robert Williams has yet to play this year. However, reports came out, an update in regards to him, that the Knicks expect him to be back in early February. Now, not an exact date, but sometime in early February. A lot of people from the offseason wanted Mitchell Robinson, and, in all reality, he would be ideal. Like, he might be the best option for now in the long term, outside of like Walker Kessler, of course, but I'm talking about like realistic options that make the most sense, right? Like that defensive, physical, imposing center, potentially take a flyer on a Mitchell Robinson. Again, there's some risks to be had with that, but a couple things. One, he's making $14 million this year. It drops to $12 next year, and then he'll be in a contract year. So you don't have this like insane long-term money, right? If it doesn't work, or if you can't stay healthy or anything like that, then at worst next season you have a $12 million expiring contract that you could package together to go get something else. I don't think you're going to have to trade a ton to go get Mitchell Robinson. And the Lakers could approach this in one of two ways. Either A, the Wizards and the Knicks swap guys, whatever, little nuances are what they are, but they essentially swap guys. And then the Lakers, go and pull off the trade individually for a Mitchell Robinson. The other side of that would be to the Lakers get involved in that 3-team deal. Because I don't see the Knicks trading him to the Lakers straight up. Like, what do we have that they need? The only thing that they're really active in trying to acquire is a backup center. That's what they want, right? And the Lakers just don't have that. And they're not going to take like a Jackson Hayes or anything like that, right? Like, they want a guy like in Jonas Valanciunas, because they've been trying to get guys like Nick Richards and all these other guys, but people just, they don't want to just take on guys, right? Where the Wizards, they could squeeze out an extra asset, right? So like, you could do, like, let's say you did Jonas Valanciunas for Nick Richard, or Mitchell Robinson, and you did some type of swap, and then a second or something like that, probably coming from the Wizards side of things, because the Wizards aren't going to give up assets to go, like, in Mitchell Robinson's injury prone, right? The Knicks need it, but probably not giving up a ton. So like, let's say they give up a second or two to go get Jonas Valanciunas, right? Well, then the Wizards could just reroute Mitchell Robinson and get another second or two and just basically double dipped, right? Turn Valanciunas into like 3-4 seconds, and it's a win-win for everybody. Knicks get a backup center that's more healthy, more reliable. Lakers get that flyer guy who there is some risk, there is some concern, but he's a guy that, could really make an impact for this Lakers team. We need dogs, we need hustlers, we need, guys that aren't afraid of getting a little dirty and bruised up, and he's a guy that can do that. Again, 26 years old, like I mentioned, hasn't played this season, but 7 feet in height, where a Robert Williams, who a lot of people want, he is, again, very similar to a Mitchell Robinson, but Robert Williams is 6'9", where Mitchell Robinson is a legit 7-footer. So that is something that I think is really beneficial in regards to that guy that gives you that physical presence, as I mentioned. But looking at last season, because again, we don't have anything to go off of this season. He played in 31 games. Yes, 31 games. So for his career, The most games he's ever played in a season is 72. And he did that one time, and that was in the 2021-2022 season. The second most of his career was his rookie season, in which he played 66. As long as he was giving us like 65 to 70 games a season, like, I think he'd be great. But that's the problem. However, he hasn't played all season. So, let's say he does come back in early February. By the time he comes back, right, like, let's say you have 30, could he at least just finish the season healthy, get into the playoffs, and then he's, again, a guy that could really make that impact for us. But you look at kind of what he provided last season. 25 minutes of action, 24.8 if you want to be exact, 4.1 attempts. He shot 57.5% from the floor, doesn't take any threes, not a three-point guy. So, again, his 2-point percentage is 57.5%. EFG of same thing, 57.5%. Free throw line, he's the last guy you want taking free throws. The guy is a career 51. I'll be nice and round up 52% free throw shooter. Not a guy that you want taking a bunch of free throws. However, he only averages 2.2 for his career. He's more of like a just get the rebound and put back type of guy. He's not really like you're dumping the ball down to him and he's going to work around the rim and doing all this crazy stuff. No, he's a guy that, he knows his role, very specific, and that's what he provides. But you look at the rebounding, 8.5 rebounds per game, including 4.6 offensive rebounds. He would be leading the NBA this year in offensive rebounds if he gave you that. And for those that are like, oh, well, yeah, but that was last year. He's a career 3.7 offensive rebound a game guy. He has averaged 4 or more the last 3 seasons. He's only been in the league 5. Right? Like, the guy is essentially a 4 offensive rebound a game guy. Lakers need that desperately. But he's also averaged an assist, 1.2 steals, 1.1 blocks, and 6 points. So in essentially 25 minutes of action, he's a 6'8", 1-1 guy, and that's on 4.1 attempts per game. Right? So again, upgraded version of Jackson Hayes, essentially. Right? Better defensively, bigger, just more physical, imposing, better rebounder. Could really help with the offensive rebounds, which is something the Lakers could really use, right? Like, just to have that big physical presence. But he's a guy that, again, playing a role, slotted alongside guys like LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and, his ability to kind of be that floor running big, be that guy that get out there. The problem is, like, you'd have to do a bunch of other stuff, right? Like, and it's a big risk. But, like, look at all the guys that are available. They're all risks. Right, Robert Williams is a risk. Jonas Valanciunas is a risk because can you play him more than 15 minutes a game? Right, although I do think he'd be okay in a backup role. Nikola Vucevic, there is that concern of like, does he just like fall off a cliff at some point? Is he overperforming? I mean, he's having a career year, right? Is he just overperforming and gives you nothing defensively, right? Clint Capella, right, is not who he used to be. He's probably best as in a backup role, that's what it is. Like, you kind of go down the list, and there's risks for everybody, even other guys, right? Like, even like the guard position, Lonzo Ball, right? He hasn't played in 2 years, right? Malcolm Brogdon, can he play more than 40 games, right? Like, the only way the Lakers are going to make an impact and really get those splash trades is to take a risk on some of these guys, right? Take a risk on a Bruce Brown and, like I said, a Mitchell Robinson or something, and then go get a couple pieces or something. Like, you almost have to take a risk at this point, right? Because again, like, who are the safe options? Who are those? I mean, even like guys like Kyle Kuzma are hurt, right? Like, if you want a guy that just will be on the court, nightly, and you can count on to just be on, which you could argue is the best ability, right? Best ability is availability, right? Well, then go get a Jonas Valanciunas or a Nikola Vucevic, right? They'll give you 80 games a season. Right? Like, you don't have to worry about it. They're like clockwork. They clock in every day. They're in and out. But how much does that impact what the Lakers really need? I do like either. I'm not against Nikola Vucevic or Jonas Valanciunas. I've talked about both, and I'm okay with either. But if you really want that just like hustle, rebounding, physical, interior presence that we keep hearing the Lakers wanting, and many fans wanting of like, hey, we need this like physicality guy. Well, again, there's not very many options out there, right? Like, so it's like, do you take a flyer on a Mitchell Robinson or a Robert Williams or something like that, right? They're similar in like salary and stuff like that. But Mitchell Robinson, he's 26 years old. His is just like, can he figure out the health? Right? Can he like just get his body right? Because if he can get his body right, I mean, that'd be a home run, like just smacked out of the park. But again, keep in mind, it is preferenced on them wanting to move on. Like the Knicks, so Knicks' decision is the first domino. So Knicks decide, you know what, let's go move off of Mitchell Robinson and get Jonas Valanciunas, and then he gets traded. And then again, either the Lakers inject themselves into that trade and are kind of like a 3-team, or they do a trade after. So like, the Knicks pull off their trade and then the Lakers pull off their trade, and then that's how it works. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you like the idea? Do you hate the idea? Kind of mixed in the middle. However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it out of the way, so let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.